Good evening, I'm Julia.
And I'm Annie.
And we're watching TV so you don't have to.
So get comfy.
You're watching
The Couch. Tonight we're going to give you our top and bottom picks from the new crop of fall shows.
Coming in at number 5, DC Comics and the CW team up once again, this time to bring you the bastard love child of Batman, Hamlet, and Robin Hood. Number 5 is Arrow.
The pilot is a little bit rocky, but most pilots are.
On the scale of Adam West's Can't Batman and Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight, I'd say it's smack dab in the middle. We have to say it. We are both educated, intelligent women.
We think deep thoughts. But when you advertise your show with a picture of a shirtless man with fantastic abs,
I'm gonna be honest, I'm more likely to watch your show.
the CW knows their audience.
She's smart, she's funny, she sticks out like a sore thumb in the lineup of skinny white ladies headlining this fall. Number 4 is The Mindy Project.
This is another one you have to get past the pilot. It's not a bad pilot, but it bugged me.
I wasn't excited about the character that Mindy Kaling was playing.
It's the Mindy Project, and it's about how she changes herself. So the first episode spends a lot of time setting up the Mindy that she was, not the Mindy that she wants to be.
The Mindy that she was is very reminiscent of her character on The Office. I wanted to see something more than The Office, and I think that's the great thing about this show, is that each episode, the character grows a little more, the comedy grows a little more. It's a really solid show.
And it is actually funny. In a future most Tumblr users wouldn't survive, NBC gives us a glimpse of what life would be like without electricity, and our number 3 pick, Revolution. It's got a good mystery built into it. Not, thank God, a Lost style mystery. This show seems like they're gonna actually resolve the mysteries, like they have solutions.
One of the things that I wasn't super crazy about was the lead. I felt like she was a little too doe-eyed and naive. But as the show's gone on, she seems to get a little more grounded and a little more down to earth. There's definitely more potential.
This has very strong supporting characters, including our personal favorite, Miles Matheson, her uncle, played by Billy Burke, who was Charlie Swan.
You might hate Twilight.
Lord knows we do.
But how do you hate Charlie Swan? It's another modern-day twist on an old classic in the almost, but not quite, Sherlock Holmes reboot. Number 2 is Elementary. I think one of the highlights of the show is definitely the chemistry between Lucy Liu's Joan Watson and Johnny Lee Miller's Sherlock Holmes.
Absolutely. And it's not sexual chemistry.
It's still a bromance.
And in the first episode especially, you've got a really cool villain.
He's just really cold and calculating, and it gave me chills. That right there shows you what kind of show this can be.
Yeah. Is it as good as BBC's Sherlock?
No.
It's still a really solid show.
And finally, Dennis Quaid is getting real tired of everybody's crap in our number 1 pick for this fall, Vegas. I was actually really surprised. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. It was actually really refreshing and exciting.
It had a really good, really lean script. Nothing is wasted. Everything goes somewhere.
The other thing we really liked was the dynamic between Dennis Quaid's really uncouth Sheriff Lamb and Michael Chiklis's
gentleman mobster. And you've got the dynamic between the two villains is mirrored in the dynamic between the 1960s early Vegas look. And then on the other side of the mountain range, it's just ranches. And moving on to our bottom 5, The Devil Gets His Due in number 5, 666 Park Avenue.
We have this kind of pre-credits opening, which was actually really working for me. And then they do this atrocious special effect.
You went from being scared to laughing hysterically.
Like, I lost it. And I feel like that's kind of the line that this show walked the entire way. I didn't care for any of the characters.
It doesn't have a character that you really want to go back and watch. What they really should have done is to make the devil the main character. Have him be that bad guy that you can't help but have fun with. There just wasn't anything to like about this show. Our next pick was a little bit hard to decide on, so we went with the entire genre. multicam sitcoms. Specifically, Partners and Guys with Kids.
There's something that I just fundamentally don't like about multicam sitcoms, and I think you can do it well. But the problem is that these weren't actually funny. It's filmed in front of a live audience, so you're gonna have that laugh track. The laugh track is gonna prompt you to laugh whether the jokes are funny or not.
It's a subconscious thing. You automatically do it. I hate that. If you need to tell me when to laugh, then your jokes probably aren't funny.
In a mashup of genres that really shouldn't be able to fail but does, number 3 is
The Mob Doctor. Now, right off the bat, too many plots.
Too many plot lines. Pick one. Pick something and just kind of stick with it.
It's like they had this script and they knew that it wasn't very strong, and so to cover up the fact that it wasn't very good, they just started throwing plot lines at it, like, maybe that'll help. That doesn't help.
I'm sorry, but your characters were just not that likable.
You don't have to be a good person to be a good character. But the Mob Doctor herself, I was just looking at her and I was like, I don't know why you do the things that you do, but I hate you. Not very good. Well, it ain't no third rock from the sun. It's
The Neighbors.
There's so many things that are bad about this show.
Can we just talk about the special effects in this show first up?
They're just really bad.
They're so cartoony. I feel like this show would have worked better on a channel geared towards a younger audience.
Disney or ABC Family, and it was airing in the afternoon and...
Or, you know, on a weekend. To put this show in a primetime slot on a major network.
What are you thinking?
Really?
Is this the best you could do?
Really?
If you're gonna watch a show like The Neighbors, watch Third
Third
Rock from the Sun. And the winner of our prestigious Fall Failure Award is Beauty and the Beast.
Those of you that don't know, this is actually a bit of a reboot of a show that aired in the late 80s, early 90s.
With Ron Perlman as the Beast character.
He looked beastly, but he was gentle and kind. He was educated. The point of the show was that you were supposed to look past his beastly exterior to see the really wonderful person
that was on the inside.
In this day and age, we have characters like this show's Vincent Keller,
actually very bad people with anger management problems and slightly creepy stalking behavior.
Basically, we've done a 180 where we're like, let's look beyond the outside and find the good person within to, he's a horrible person, but it's okay because he's hot. No, honey, he needs professional medical attention. And finally for tonight, we're going to talk about some things that we're a little excited about this week. If you've been living under a rock for the last few months, you might not know that Joss Whedon is actually executive producing a show on ABC called S.H.I.E.L.D. based off of the Avengers.
Which we're very excited about in and of itself, but we just heard that Clark Gregg, who plays Coulson, is gonna be in the show.
We really love Clark Gregg and we really love Agent Coulson.
And we really love Joss Whedon.
Also in casting news, and just yet another reason why you should start watching Arrow, John Barrowman is going to be joining the cast. Captain Jack Harkness, he's everywhere, man.
It's good. And that's what we're excited about this week.
Join us again next time.
And until then, keep watching.